Joel Graves here at Replay Café. I'm joined by Norris Howard, who is...
I am the Great Lakes Region Lead and Community Manager for Immortals Gaming Club, LLC.
All right. So a little bit of lead up to this event. So what events have you had going on around Detroit?
Yeah, so on Thursday we had an opener, a mixer at Detroit Shipping Company where gamers could come out, get some free food, and just meet other gamers and hang out and also find out more about what we were doing over the course of the week. And then Friday we were at Cuzzo's Chicken and Waffles. That was a resume day, also free food, and you could come in and get advice about your resume. We had a litany of folks from Riot Games. Special thanks out to Riot Games, who's been helping us with this entire event. They were doing resume audits and telling people, you know, what are the best things that they can do and learn and volunteer in to become more sort of attractive to game companies and whatnot. And then yesterday, which was Saturday, we had a career day at Durfee Innovation Society, a number of panels with Riot Games folks talking about their pathway to gaming. We had developers from the city of Detroit who created their own video games, as well as a couple of college esports programs that came out to also share their experiences and potentially get some future recruits for their programs as well. And today we're here at Replay Café for the Nexus Bash. This is just a celebration of gaming, free games. We're gonna have Michigan versus Michigan State on main stage. We're gonna be doing food at food trucks, and it'll just be a good time. This is also a time to come out and network with other folks as well. So really happy with how everything has turned out so far.
So I know, you're a native Detroiter. How has the community been? Have other people who haven't been to Detroit been surprised by the support from the community?
Absolutely. I mean, we keep hearing great things from the folks from Riot who've flown out from LA, some of which who are from Michigan, are Michigan natives and have been talking up our state for months and months and months, and they finally get to come out and show people around, and they've had a great time. But a lot of folks from, the suburbs and from other areas around Metro Detroit haven't been down to the city in a while. Some, haven't been since the pandemic, and others haven't been down at all outside of coming down for a sports game. So for them, this is also just a brand new experience, and the support from the community couldn't have been better. I mean, some folks I've seen every day of the event, some folks I've seen 3 days, 2 days, but it's been wonderful support, and I couldn't be more happy that my city came out and represented like this. Like, I'm over the moon about it.
It's been a crazy last few days, but how have you been? How has the excitement been around, the community coming together to come to these events?
It's been so great. This is the fourth day, so we've been at 4 different places. We're at Detroit Shipping Company, Cuzzo's, Durfee, and today's the final day of the Nexus Bash. The city of Detroit has showed out, which has been awesome. Riot Games are here. They brought some incredible game designers, developers, music producers, game producers. We have 10 staff here from Immortals, and people have just got the opportunity to meet with us, to hang out. Today, Michigan's playing Michigan State in a show match. I'm so proud of this city, and today's gonna be just a huge turnout. I know it already, and we're already talking about coming back and what we're gonna do next.
So what has been, I guess, this event hasn't quite got underway yet, but what has been the most surprising event in terms of the community coming out to?
Well, we did a lot of networking events. So Friday was a Bring Your Resume to Cuzzo's Day, and yesterday was learn what it's like to work in gaming at Durfee Innovation Center. And I think what we found is it's not just a gaming community here, there's developers, there's publishers, there's like people, there's kids. I just got talking to kids in 5th grade. He's building his own video game. Like there's so much like creativity and innovation here in the city. And while we're an esports team and we all love games, we really want to create like a more 360 opportunity for everybody to get involved. And that's really showed up. It's not just like your hardcore gamers who love gaming. There's all these people ancillary to the industry that have shown up and kind of raised their hand. We just want to grow that even bigger.
So I think this is the second invasion you've done in Michigan. How has it changed? Is it a little bit different from when you did it in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, the first one was Ann Arbor, and that was college town, controlled environment. This has been Detroit, so this was like a big step because it's a whole city, and it was really important to us to show up all over the city in different neighborhoods, not to do all of it in like one specific area. So we were north, south, east, west. We were all over Detroit, which is really important. And what's a little bit different in a city versus a college town, everyone's walking around, it's controlled, you see everybody all at once. Detroit, we've been able to bring people from all over the city and all over the state. So it was a challenge, but it's been rewarding to see each event kind of having a different influx of people.
Here, this time I'm joined by a Riot employee. I heard some interesting things just before we started shooting, but you work on TFT. But first, what do you do, or how long have you been working at Riot?
Hi, so of course I'm associate producer on Teamfight Tactics at Riot Games. I've been at Riot for about a year and 7 months, almost a year soon in November. And I mainly work in content acquisition, so that's dealing with cosmetics, personalization. So in my case for TFT, we work on the tacticians, so the Little Legends, the Chibi Champs, the arenas, all the features and content that you can use in-game to express yourself while you are playing and forming your set and strategizing. And so yeah, pretty much everything surrounding the product.
And to switch gears a little bit, you said that you were from California. How has it been so far being in Michigan?
Honestly, I really love the people here. So like Detroit, everyone is so nice, and you can tell like the city has so much heart, and everyone is so kind to one another, very like personable, like sociable, which is something that, you know, Los Angeles is a bright city full of like so many different personalities, but in reality it is also an entertainment city, and you know, like personalities can be a little, you know, high every now and then, and maybe not as like sociable. I'm from Texas originally, so you know, like the southern hospitality, so I felt really at home here because it kind of felt like that southern hospitality, the way that I interacted with a lot of people here, which I don't normally get in Los Angeles.
So going back a little bit to TFT, how has it been here? Were you a part of any of the panels in the last few days?
Yeah, so I participated in the game dev panel, so pretty much tapping into the games industry, getting into game development. We had a couple of like recruiting activations at Cuzzo's Chicken and Waffles specifically, where I got to talk with a lot of passionate students who were looking to tap into the game industry. And it felt really good to come to a city like this that doesn't really have a huge gaming presence in terms of like companies that are here. And so to give them access to that information and to have us come here rather than them come to the source in the West Coast, because a lot of the gaming industry is on the West Coast. And so to be able to come to them in their cities and talk a little bit about our craft and like how they can get into it, and just show them that there is a way in, because oftentimes a lot of that information seems unobtainable and it's pretty like gate kept. So to be here to provide that for them, it felt really good to do that.
So you say you participated in one of the panels. Were there any surprising questions or surprising things that you thought, I didn't really think about that, from someone who's trying to get into the industry?
Not in particular in my panel, but I think a lot of folks asked a lot of interesting, good questions about esports leagues, like how to get sponsorships and funding from the college esports side. So that was really interesting to hear that perspective from our colleagues that have worked in esports, because I myself don't really know much about how those areas function and what that's like. So to hear that and get an idea of that, so I can apply that information and have that knowledge to be able to convey to someone else, I found that really, really good.
right, well, thanks again for the interview. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you've enjoyed yourself all the 4 days that you've been here, but thanks again.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here, and thank you for having me.